So last class, we were discussing about the concept of equilibrium, and we have defined two kinds of equilibrium. Two kinds of equilibria. One, translational equilibrium, and second one, rotational equilibrium. Do you remember this, Sriram?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As far as the translational equilibrium is concerned in a particular direction, what we say is the object is at rest as far as that direction is concerned and remains at rest, or it possesses uniform velocity in that direction throughout the observation period. Then we can say the object was in translational equilibrium. In that, do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Then we talked about rotational equilibrium about a particular direction. So if the object either is not rotating about a particular axis or it exhibits a constant speed, to be precise, constant angular velocity about that axis during the period of observation, then we can say the object was in rotational equilibrium as far as rotation about that particular axis is concerned. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then to this notion or definition of equilibrium, we applied Newton's second law and we got something called as equations of equilibrium. So translational equilibria gave us three equations of equilibrium: summation fx equal to 0, summation fy equal to 0, and summation fz equal to 0. Whereas rotational equilibria gave us three moment equations, where summation moment of all the forces about x-axis equal to 0, summation of moment of all the forces about y-axis equal to 0, and summation of moments of all the forces about z-axis equal to 0 are the statements of these three equilibria equations. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us go ahead, march ahead. Now this supports, I have elaborately covered this during our lab sessions. So at this point, I would ask you to go back and remember those concepts. If you are watching this video, then you can go to the earlier video where in lab sessions where we have discussed these concepts. Do you remember this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we principally had three kinds of support, idealized supports. One is hinged, another is roller, and the last one is fixed. And of course, we have spring supports. But the majorly these three supports that you should be worried about. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now quickly we will just make some points here. So hinge support, what kind of reactions can it offer? It can offer only two orthogonal force reactions. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
सो अब जरा यहाँ पे ध्यान दो, उस क्लास में मैंने जो बताया था उससे एक ही पॉइंट एडिशनल में बताने वाला हूँ. These two force reactions can be in any of the orthogonal directions. That means I can consider these two reactions as the two force reactions. Are you with me? It is not necessary that I will always consider a horizontal and vertical force reaction. No, not required. You can have randomly oriented pair of orthogonal reactions. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I can show the reactions either as H and V, or I can show the randomly oriented reactions as R1 and R2, where the angle between R1 and R2 is 90 degrees. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So the coordinate system can be oriented in any fashion, but hinge support in principle offers only two force reactions which are orthogonal to each other. Happy?
Yes, sir.
This roller support is going to offer only one force reaction and no moment reaction. Are you with me?
Yes, yes, sir.
And here I don't have a choice. I cannot show the reaction in this fashion. No, this is not done. Are you with me? Why?
Yes,
Because this support, when pressed down, then only it can offer the vertical reaction. If it has to offer an inclined reaction, there has to be a horizontal component of reaction. Do you agree with me?
yes, sir.
But this support cannot offer any horizontal reaction. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, this ought to be in this direction. What about fixed support? Fixed support offers two orthogonal reactions for sure. Are you with me? Force
Yes,
reaction
sir.
and also a moment reaction. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So these are the three reactions that a fixed support can offer. This is a summary of what we have discussed. Again, in case of fixed support, these force reactions, I can show them about an orthogonal pair of, show them as orthogonal pair of forces about random direction. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
मतलब ऐसे भी दिखा सकता हूँ. I hope you have understood what I am trying to say. It is
Yes,
not
sir. Yes,
necessary
sir.
that I will always show these reactions as horizontal and vertical. No, not required. It can be along any direction. This reaction can be along any one direction, and perpendicular to that there is another force reaction. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us go ahead now for the concept of free body diagram. So what do we understand by free body diagram? Free the body from all external agencies and show what the external agencies must have been doing. We have covered this during the lab definition. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Even for M3 and M4 batches, also we have discussed this definition. So free the body from all external agencies. Free the body from all external agencies and show what the external agencies were doing. This is important. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Show what they were doing. This is by definition a free body diagram. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So based on these concepts of equilibrium, then supports and free body diagram, let us solve few problems based on equilibrium. Can you read the problem statement for me?
Yes, sir. A gardener uses a 60 Newton wheelbarrow to transport a 250 Newton bag of fertilizer. What force must she exert on each handle?
Right. So now what has been asked is, what is the force she must be exerting on the handles of wheelbarrow? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what are we going to do? So in such kind of problems, the first thing that we understand is, first thing that we have to do is, we have to decide the body of which we are going to draw the free body diagram. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I choose a person as a body, then will that help me? Tell me.
No, no, sir.
Why? Because I have to find out the force that she exerts on
On
each
the,
hand.
uh, yeah.
Are you with me? The
Yes,
force
sir.
that she is exerting on each handle, that I have to find out. So therefore, I can, if I draw the free body diagram of the person itself, this wheelbarrow will be external to the person, and the force I will have to show is what force wheelbarrow applies on her hand. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
But it is asked the other way around. So therefore, quite obvious that we have to draw the free body diagram of wheelbarrow. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. So let us draw it. And how do I draw this free body diagram? Chalo, bolo.
Um,
So this is point A, point A.
yes, sir.
Now this body I am going to show it as a line. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Let us call this point as point B. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So this is point B. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And I have to draw the free body diagram of uh, this 60 Newton wheelbarrow. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, the 16, its weight, the weight of the wheelbarrow is already shown to be acting at distance 0.515 meter from here. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me put it that way. So this is 60 Newton. Is weight, means should I show weight in free body diagram or not? Tell me.
Uh, so the weight will, the Newton weight, yes, sir, you should, because it's a force, external force acting on it.
Okay, so let me clarify this here. We call it as a self weight. So self weight, as we are using the word self weight, so we may be tempted to think that self weight is not an external quantity, but it is not so. Just have a look at what is the reason for existence of self weight. That is the gravitational pull exerted by Earth. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Is Earth external body to this wheelbarrow? Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
you have to free the wheelbarrow from all external agencies, which includes Earth. As you free the wheelbarrow from earth, you must show what the earth must have been doing on it. So earth must have been applying a gravitational pull towards its center of gravity, and that pull is given as 60 Newton. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So it needs to be, so there is a irony, we call it as self-weight, but it is really not the intrinsic property of the body. It depends on the planet on which you are standing, mass of the planet on which you are standing. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, this is external quantity and we have shown it 60 Newton. A fertilizer bag weighs 250 Newton. That is definitely external to the wheelbarrow. So that also needs to be shown. So I will show that as well in the free body diagram. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So how much is that? 250 Newton. Happy?
Yes, sir.
We have to also show the distances. So this distance is 0.15 meter. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And this distance is 0.15 meter.
1.5.
So that is shown. It is in meter. What next? What is the distance between the location where she is applying the force and 250 Newton? That is
0.7 meter.
0.7 meter. So I will also show this distance. Happy?
Yes, sir.
0.7 meter. So on free body diagram, we have to free the body from all external agencies and we have to show what the external agencies must have been doing. So जब हम ये show करते हैं कि what the external agencies must have been doing, we have to also show at what location they are doing that. Are you with me? So
Yes, sir.
simply forces दिखा के नहीं चलेगा. You will have to also show their relative positions. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now, is this ground external? Is this ground external to the wheelbarrow?
Yes, sir.
Is this wheel external to the wheelbarrow?
No.
Yes, no. But this wheel provides a support of what kind? So what I'm going to show is, I'm going to show that wheel here. Happy?
Yes, sir.
That wheel is shown because it is a part of wheelbarrow. Now, to this wheel, is the ground external?
Yes, sir.
Ground is external. So I have freed it, freed the wheelbarrow from ground. And what should I show? What the ground must
Reaction.
have been doing. Do you agree
Yes.
with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, is there anything which mentioned about the friction here?
No.
No. So we will assume that there is no friction. And if there is no friction, the ground cannot offer reaction along its surface. It can offer reaction only perpendicular to its surface. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So there, and ये कौन से तरीके का support है? It looks something similar to roller support. Do you agree?
Roller, sir. Yes, sir.
So only one reaction is going to prevail. And what is that reaction that I need to show here? And that reaction is, let me say, I call this reaction as VA. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Vertical reaction at A. It can offer, a roller support can offer only a force reaction. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, mind you, this wheelbarrow is not moving in the position shown. She is just standing there holding the handle. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, in what direction she must be applying the force? She must be applying the force in vertical direction. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I will show that force applied by the person on handle by this. The person is external to the wheelbarrow. So I freed the wheelbarrow from her and I have shown what she must have been doing. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And I will call this force as F. Happy?
Yes, sir.
By the way, how many handles does this wheelbarrow have? One or two?
Two.
So if we assume that, means if we say that there are two handles, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And she is applying equal force on both the handles. So what is the total force that she must be applying? अगर इस
2F.
handle के ऊपर F है, तो it must be 2F. So while writing itself, I show it as 2F. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, what are the unknowns here? Tell me. There are two unknowns. One is VA and another is 2F. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. और हमारे पास इक्वेशंस कितने हैं? We have three equations. देखो, when it is a 2D case, only three equations are going to matter. कौन कौन से? Summation fx equal to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Summation fy equal to 0. Why? Because the wheelbarrow is in equilibrium. Therefore, these equilibrium equations must hold good. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And summation of moment of all forces about a particular point at a point, but about which axis? About z axis, because the forces in xy plane can cause moments about z axis. I have shown this also during our interaction in lab. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
See, this 60 newton force, it lies in xy plane. It can cause moment about z axis. It cannot cause moment about x or y axis. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So this has to be equal to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
These are the three equations that we have. Unknowns kitne hai?
2.
2. So you may be tempted to say that it is over-defined system, but it is not so, because if you look at summation fx equal to 0, there is nothing in horizontal direction. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, it gives me a trivial identity, 0 equal to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't help me in solving for any of the unknowns. So therefore, to solve for unknowns now, the effective equations of equilibrium are only these two. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So there are two equations and two unknowns. Out of that, are you interested in finding out VA?
No.
No, we are only interested in finding out 2F. So now the question is, what equation should I use that will directly give me the value of 2F without bothering about VA?
The
So
moment
sir,
one.
pardon?
The moment one.
Yes, and moment should be taken about which point?
A.
Yes. So if I do summation of moments of all the forces acting on wheelbarrow in the free body diagram about point A, about Z axis passing through point A. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Z axis passing through point A. Then that must be 0. So therefore, the moment of VA is going to vanish because line of action of VA passes through point A itself. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, moment of VA is going to vanish, and then the only unknown will be this 2F. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Involved in this equation. So let us apply this equation. So tell me, what is the moment of VA? Moment of VA is 0 because its line of action passes through point A. So I will write it as VA into 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you are looking at moment of 60 Newton, which is a vertical force about A, you should be worried about the horizontal distance between point A and point of application of 60 Newton. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that horizontal distance?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it is 0.15. And what kind of moment does it cause? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? About Z axis passing through A?
Clockwise.
Clockwise. So therefore, I must give negative sign. So therefore, minus 60 multiplied by 0.15. Happy?
0.15. Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, what should I do?
Minus 250 into 0.30.
Yeah. Why minus? Because this is also going to cause anti-clockwise moment about A. Do you agree with
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
So what should I write? Minus 250 into horizontal distance between A and line of action of this 250. That is nothing but 0.3. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what about this 2F? What kind of moment does it cause about A? Hold the body
Anti-clockwise.
at A and anticipate what kind of rotation 2F is going to cause. It is going to
And
cause anti-clockwise
anti-clockwise.
rotation. So therefore, I am going to write it as plus. Mind you, this is not the sign of force. It is the sign of moment caused by the force about Z axis passing through A. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So it is going to be 2F multiplied by, what is the horizontal distance between A and line of action of 2F?
1
0.7
meter.
plus 0.3, that is 1 meter. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So into 1. This is ought to be equal to 0. Now solve this and tell me the value of F. So let me solve this with you.
So 42.
Okay, 42 point anything?
So no,
Exactly.
just 42.
And what will be the unit? Everything is given in Newton. So all the
Newton.
forces in Newton, lengths in meter. So therefore, this is going to be Newton plus, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of plus sign? Tell me.
Uh, in anti-clockwise direction.
No,
The
this is
no
not a
no no
moment.
no the force is positive.
So what is the meaning of positive sign? So now understand the meaning of positive sign is not that it is along the positive y direction. ऐसे meaning नहीं है इस case में. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
The meaning is originally assumed sense of 2f is correct.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes,
So
sir.
when I say it is plus 42 Newton, that means originally assumed sense. Assumed sense of 2f is correct. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And therefore it is upward. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Samjho, in some of the problem, I assume 2f to be downward and I get the positive sign. So it means that originally assumed sense is correct and therefore 2f is downwards. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when do we use which sign convention is a point to be noted. See, this x and y, so positive x is in this direction, positive y is in this direction. These sign conventions are applied when you are using equations of equilibrium like summation fx equal to 0, summation fy equal to 0. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, anti-clockwise moment is positive. This sign convention is applied when you apply equations of equilibrium. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This is for equations of equilibrium, EOEs. But when you interpret the sign of the result, you have to say if it is plus, then originally assumed sense of the force or moment is correct. Whether it is anti-clockwise or clockwise, or whether it is upward, downward, towards right, towards left, doesn't matter. Whatever original sign that you assume for the force, that is correct, is the meaning of this final sign. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have completed the first problem. Now let us go to the second one. Again, just give me a minute. Can you read the statement for me?
Knowing that alpha is equal to 20 degrees, determine the tension in cable AC and B in rope BC.
Yes. So here we are going to learn something new, and this is Lamy's theorem. Instead of giving you the theory, what I have done is what I have chosen is I will explain this through a problem to you. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So let us do that. So when I have to decide tension in which part of the cable, in cable AC and rope BC. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Now imagine any cable or wire in your hand. You can apply only tensile forces. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
If you apply compressive forces, it is going to crumble. It is going to give way. Are you with me?
Yes.
So therefore, on wires, cables, everything, we can apply only tensile forces. That's what you have to remember. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Tensile forces, they do go along which direction? Along the length of the cable. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chalo. Now to determine tension in cable AC and tension in rope BC, मुझे फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम किसका बनाना पड़ेगा?
Support का C.
Okay. Now what I am going to do is, for a moment, I am going to switch on my video and I am going to ask you few questions. Am I visible?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. तो अब जरा यहाँ पे ध्यान दो. Just look at this cable. Just look at this cable and tell me how much tensile force I am applying. Is it possible?
No.
No. So if I want to know what is the magnitude of this tensile force, क्या करना पड़ेगा? I will have to cut the cable. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
The thrust by which my hands go apart will indicate something about the magnitude of the force I was applying. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I'm going to stop the video. We'll go back to this case. So what I understand is, if I am worried about finding out the internal forces, tension is an internal force in a cable. So to get those internal forces exposed, I will have to cut the cable. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is point number one. Second, if I were to get the tensions in cable AC and rope BC, FBD किसका बनाना चाहिए? बोलो.
Support C का.
But it is not support C. What we are saying is it is joint C. Are you
Joint
with
C.
me?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So it can be a knot, it can be a member to which all these three ropes are connected. So whatever it is, I'm going to say, I'm going to draw free body off, not at C. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
It may not necessarily be a knot, it may be a member to which all these three cables are connected. That's all right. Not at C. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And how does this free body diagram look like? So I'm going to show that knot here. This is that knot at C. Now, if I cut this cable, I have to free the knot from all external agencies. So all these ropes and cables are external to it. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, so if I cut these two cables, as they are external, I will free the knot from it. I must show what portion AC and portion CB was doing on the knot. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, as they carry tension, these two portions are going to pull the knot at C. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Along their lengths. So this is the tension in wire AC. Happy?
Yes, sir.
देखो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. I free the knot from portion AC and I must show what portion AC must have been doing on the knot. I know portion AC is a cable. It cannot carry compression. It cannot carry any other type of force. It can carry only tension along its length. Happy?
Yes, sir.
If it is carrying the tension, that means if you hold any rope which carries the tension on your hand, you will feel the pull. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So that pull, that means a force which is going away in the direction of tension along AC, I must show. And I'm going to call it as tension in wire AC. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, what angle does it make with vertical? 5 degree?
5 degree. Yes.
So can I show this angle as 5 degree? This is 5 degree.
Yes, sir.
Happy?
Yes, sir.
This is vertical direction. So this vertical direction, I'm going to call it as y-axis. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have shown TAC. What else should I show?
TBC.
TBC. Are you with me? Again, that tension will be directed along the cable BC. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So that I am going to show as this. I have to show it as a pull. Do you agree with me?
Yes,
Pull
sir.
means going away from the knot. It doesn't matter whether it goes up, towards right, towards left, incline, whatever it is. It should go away from the knot, indicates the pull. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So that is TBC. What else is external? This weight is external. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So to the knot, this weight is external. I will have to show that weight. So I'm going to show it as 1200 pound. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Mind you, now this is the unit of mass, but I'm not going to convert it into the force and all. I will assume that it will be multiplied by gravitational constant in the specified system of units. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I can write it either this way, 1200 multiplied by the gravitational constant, gravitational acceleration in the specified system of units. Here I cannot use 9.81 because it is in meter per second square. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
I will have to use it in corresponding system of units. So therefore, what I am going to do is I am going to neglect this part and I am going to simply say it as 1200 pound force. Are you with me? Just say,
Yes, sir.
for example, if your mass is 70 kg, we say it is 70 kg force. So 70 kg force का मतलब क्या होता है? It is 70 into 9.81 Newton. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
We just don't multiply it by 9.81 Newton. We simply say it is 70 kg force. That also is one of the way of expressing force. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So in the similar fashion, I will now maintain it in pounds itself. I will not multiply it by G. So all the tensions also I will get in pounds. So if I have to calculate the actual value of tension, I will have to multiply it by G. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is as far as the unit is concerned. So I have shown this as 1200 pound. This is TBC. What is the angle that TBC make with
Alpha.
horizontal? Alpha. And that alpha is given as 20 degree. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So I am going to write down this angle as 20 degree. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. And now, in the given position, this system is in equilibrium. So knot also has to be in equilibrium. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Knot also must not move in X and Y directions. So it is in equilibrium. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So how many unknowns are there? Tell me.
3.
What are the three unknowns? Only two are there.
अच्छा,
TAC and
unknowns.
TBC.
हाँ.
Unknowns are only two. Do you agree with me? अब
Yes,
जरा
sir.
यहाँ पे ध्यान दो. What is the difference in first problem and this problem? The FBD resulted into coplanar but not non-concurrent force system. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Coplanar but non-concurrent. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So when you are dealing with coplanar and non-concurrent force system, while applying equations of equilibrium, moment equation comes into the picture. You will have to show all the dimensions and all those things. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So the body cannot be idealized as a particle. You will have to know these distances. Then only you can solve the problem. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, what kind of force system does this FBD represent?
Coplanar and concurrent.
So whenever the force system reduces to coplanar and concurrent force system, the body can be idealized as a particle. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So now we are talking about equilibrium of a particle. Here we were talking about equilibrium of a rigid body. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So this is the philosophical difference between the two problems. So coplanar and concurrent force system. So when it is coplanar and concurrent force system, does moment equation make any sense?
No.
No, because everything is happening at a point. There is no notion of perpendicular distance between line of action of a force and the point. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, moment equation is useless. So I have, and by the way, this is coplanar. So this is a 2D force system in XY plane. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So I will have only two equations of equilibrium which are meaningful, non-trivial. And those are some sigma fx equal to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And summation fy equal to 0. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So before we go to Lami's theorem, let us solve it by this. So if I write summation fx equal to 0, tell me now, what do I get? Chalo, T summation fx. So horizontal component of TAC. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what is the horizontal component of TAC? Tell me.
TAC sine 5 degree.
And minus.
Yes, minus.
As I said, while we are writing down the equilibrium equation, we have to stick to this sign convention. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
TAC sine 5 degree. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Then what is the x component of TBC?
TBC cos 20 degree.
TBC cos 20. Happy?
Yes.
This is ought to be equal to 0. So I can write down TAC equal to cos 20 upon sine 5. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Ensure that your calculators are in degree mode and tell me what is this value.
Sir, 10.7.
10.7.
781.
कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं कर रहे हो ना? 10.781 times TBC. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I generally pick up unsolved problems from the books, and that too which are not covered in my previous lectures of mechanics for other classes. So naturally I will not have the answers for it. So I rely heavily on correct calculation done by you. I also have a tendency of doing calculation mistakes. So all of you be alert and check everything is going correctly. So TAC is 10.781 TBC. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, second equation that we apply is summation Fy equal to 0. So can you tell me what is the result? TAC cos
Cos
phi degree
5 degree.
and positive. Do you agree
Yes.
with me?
Yes, sir.
TAC cos phi. Right. Then TB minus TBC
Sin 20.
sin 20. Happy?
Yes.
And minus 1200. By the way, 1200 did not pop in the first equation because it is vertical. It doesn't have any horizontal component. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
This is equal to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now I will substitute TAC as 10.781 BC. So I will get the equation only in one unknown. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So 10.781 cos of 5 degree times TBC minus TBC sin 20. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Minus 1200 equal to 0. So if you solve this equation, what is the value of TBC that you get? Yeah, tell me. How much is TBC?
So 1 minute.
अरे इतना टाइम लग रहा है 1200 divided by 10.781 cos of 5 degree minus sin of 20 degree. कितना मिला? I am getting it as 115.40.
Yes, sir.
Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And we have to say it is in pounds. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And as it is plus, therefore originally assumed sense of TBC is correct. And that was obvious because wire can carry only pull. It cannot push. It cannot be incorrect. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore TBC is tensile in nature as it is positive. We assumed it to be tensile and positive आया तो उसका मतलब है it is tensile in nature. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And then what is TAC? TAC then turns out to be, yeah, tell me. 10.781 multiplied by 115.4. Tell me how much is that?
1244.127.
1244.127
127.
pounds. And as it is positive, therefore, originally assumed sense is correct. That means it is tensile in nature. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So this is the traditional method. I am going to call it as method 1. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So till free body diagram, the second method also is in coherence with the first method. So a free body diagram तो दोनों के लिए same ही निकाला है. And now we are going to solve the same problem by something called as Lami's theorem. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So let me copy this part. Moment reaction is not there. So now let us talk about method 2. This is by Lami's theorem. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So what does Lami's theorem say? So अब जरा carefully hear the statement of Lami's theorem. If the body is in equilibrium under the action of only and only three non-collinear concurrent forces, देखो क्या बोल रहा हूं, if body is under equilibrium of only and only three non-collinear and concurrent forces, मोमेंट नहीं होना चाहिए, बाकी कुछ होना नहीं चाहिए, सिर्फ तीन ही फोर्स दिखने चाहिए फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम में. हैप्पी?
Yes, sir.
वो तीनों फोर्सेस कंकरेंट होने चाहिए. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
So if in a free body diagram I see that the body is in equilibrium under the action of only three forces which are non-collinear, coplanar and concurrent, क्या क्या होना चाहिए? They must be
Coplanar,
non-collinear,
non-collinear.
non-collinear. So free body diagram देखना है. Do you have non-collinear forces? Yes.
Yes.
Do you have, are they coplanar? Yes.
Yes.
Are they concurrent? Yes.
Yes.
Are you with me? Not only this, you should have only three forces. Only three forces that keep the body in equilibrium. Is it so?
Yes, sir.
Yes. There should not be any moment. There should not be the fourth force. The only three forces which are coplanar, non-collinear and concurrent. If they keep the body in equilibrium, then and then only Lami's theorem can be applied. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So the first method is generalized one. It can be applied even if these conditions are not satisfied. But Lami's theorem अगर आपको apply करना है, तो ये condition satisfy करनी ही है. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So कौन-कौन से conditions है बताओ?
Three
The
forces.
conditions are, in FBD you should see only three forces which are coplanar, concurrent and non-collinear. मतलब उनकी लाइन ऑफ एक्शन एक ही लाइन के अलाउ नहीं होनी चाहिए. हैप्पी?
Yes, sir.
तो इसके कुछ एग्जांपल्स, लेट अस टेक ए digress. I will give you some examples. You will tell me whether Lami's theorem is applied or not. Lami's theorem क्या है, उससे पहले वो कब अप्लाई करना है और कब नहीं, ये क्लियर होना चाहिए. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore I will give you few examples. Let us say this is a body. It is acted upon by these forces as shown. Tell me, is Lami's theorem applicable?
No, sir.
Why?
Because they are not concurrent. They
Who
will have
said? I
one.
showed the lines. Are you with me?
Okay.
That's why I showed these lines.
Okay.
These lines are nothing but the lines of actions of these two forces. Are you
Okay.
with
Okay.
me?
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes.
So Lami's theorem is applicable. So I can assume this body as a particle situated where? At this point.
Right.
Happy? And I
Yes,
can
sir.
apply Lami's theorem. Happy?
Yes, sir.
If I were to draw free body diagram and apply equilibrium equations to this body, entire body itself, I cannot apply Lami's theorem because in this shown figure, there is no concurrency. Concurrency is not guaranteed. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Only if I take these lines further and I see that they are meeting at a point, then I can draw the free body diagram at that point and then I can apply Lami's theorem. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we understood now when the Lami's theorem can be applied. I hope I am very clear. ये conditions
sir.
satisfy होने चाहिए. Now let us see what is Lami's theorem. So this is not a part of solution, but I am telling you what is Lami's theorem. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
What is Lami's theorem? तो जरा देखो, typically, generally, only three forces are acting. मतलब ऐसे हो सकता है. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
या फिर ऐसे हो सकता है. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
All these are the free body diagrams of a particle or a point where lines of actions of three forces keeping the body in equilibrium meet. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
या फिर ऐसे हो सकता है, या फिर ऐसे हो सकता है. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference in all these free body diagrams? One, I will number it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference? So if I look at one, two forces are pulling at a point and one force is pushing. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Mind you, these two are not collinear. Okay, if I have implied that way, let me correct this. Collinear नहीं होने चाहिए. So one force is pushing at a point and other two forces are pulling at a point. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
ये केस कौन सा है? Two forces are pushing at a point and one
One
force
is
is pulling.
pulling.
This is the case where all the forces are pulling at a point, and this is the case where all the forces are pushing at a point. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, I want to convert all these 1, 2, 3, 4 in a case where all the forces are pulling at a point. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Can I do that? So, principle of transmissibility of the force comes to my rescue. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो ट्रांसमिसिबिलिटी ऑफ फोर्स का प्रिंसिपल यूज करके जरा देखो कैसे करने वाला वो अप्लाई. What is my aim? I have to convert all these diagrams in such a way that it is all the forces are pulling at a point. Happy?
Yes, sir.
तो इसमें पहला फोर्स तो मैंने ऐसे ही रखा. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Second force I transmitted along its line of action and I have shown it here. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And third force I transmitted it, and the third force I kept as it is. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So I am successful in converting the first diagram such that all the forces are pulling at a point. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
चलो अब जरा सेकंड इसमें देखो. इसमें and transmissibility of the force by the way does not alter the effects of a force on a body. ये हमने पहले ही डिस्कस किया है. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So these two systems are equivalent. They are going to have same effect on the body. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, how do I do the same thing for this? This force is pulling in nature. I take forward the line of action of this force and I show it in this fashion. Happy?
Yes, sir.
I take this force along its line of action, I transmit it and I show it in this fashion. So have I been successful in making all the forces pulling at a point?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now what about these three?
They are already pulling.
They are already pulling at a point. So there is no issue. What about point number 4? I will take this down. Happy?
Yes, sir.
I will take this up along its line of action. Happy? They are not collinear, mind you.
Yes, sir.
And I will take this here. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So these two force systems are equivalent. These are equivalent. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, can I convert all these force system, all these points, such that all the forces are pushing at a point? कर सकते हैं? Yes, I can do that. देखो पहले ही केस में मैं कैसे करने वाला हूँ? I will keep this force pushing. Happy?
Yes, sir.
I will take back this force along its line of action. Happy?
Yes, sir.
I will take back this force along its line of action. So have I converted this force system such that all the forces are pushing at a point?
Yes, sir.
So these two force systems are equivalent and therefore these are also equivalent. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, can I do it here? Can I do it here? I will keep these two forces pushing. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And I will take back the line of action of third force. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So these systems are equivalent. This is also equivalent. Happy?
Yes, sir.
What can I do here? Take back this force. Move forward this force. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And move forward this force. They are not along the line. Here means I have not drawn it properly, but you have to understand they are not collinear. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first step that we do in application of Lami's theorem, even before we say what is Lami's theorem is, we transmit the forces along their line of action such that I get either all forces pushing at a point or all forces pulling at a point. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This is the procedural part that I am going to follow to apply Lami's theorem. तो जो भी फोर्स फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम जैसे भी दिखे मैं क्या करने वाला हूं, आई एम गोइंग टू कन्वर्ट इट either in such a fashion that all forces are pulling or all forces are pushing at a point. Happy?
Yes, sir.
चलो अब आगे what does Lami's theorem say? Once you do that, let us say this is my free body diagram where all the forces are pushing at a point. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And when they are pushing at a point, they are compressive in nature. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So in application of Lami's theorem, I will treat compression as positive. If this is the case, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, I will call this as F1, I will call this as F2, and I will call this as F3. Happy?
Yes, sir.
When I consider F2, the angle made between lines of actions of F1 and F3, I am going to call it as alpha. The angle between F2 and F3, let me call it as beta. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And the angle between F1 and F2, let me call it as gamma. What does Lami's theorem say? Lami's theorem say F1. Why F1 is plus? Because compression is treated positive. Why compression is treated positive? Because I have arranged free body diagram in such a fashion that all the forces are pushing at a point. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So F1 upon sine of angle between the other two forces. So which angle? Beta. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Is equal to F2 upon
Sine alpha.
alpha. Happy? This is manifestation of triangle rule. We will not be proving this in the class. I will give you the proof, but it is the manifestation of triangle rule. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And then F3 upon
Sine gamma.
sine gamma. This is Lami's theorem. So if only three forces which are non-concurrent but coplanar, are you with me?
Sir, it's sine gamma. You have written sine alpha.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sine gamma. So if a body is kept in equilibrium under the action of non-coplanar, under the action of coplanar but non-collinear concurrent force system, only three, then I can apply Lami's theorem in this fashion. But before applying Lami's theorem, I have to ensure that all the forces are either pushing at a point or pulling at a point. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now what if the forces are pulling at a point? तो वो भी यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ. Let us say our free body diagram is in this fashion. F1, F2, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And F3. Let me call this angle as alpha. Let me call this angle as beta. And let me call this angle as gamma. In this case, now I will assume tensile forces to be positive. Why? Because all the forces are pulling at a point. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So what do I get? So F1 upon sine alpha. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Has to be equal to F2 upon sine gamma. Right?
Yes, sir.
Has to be equal to F3 upon sine beta. This is Lami's theorem. Now, after solving, if you get F1 negative, that means originally assumed sense is incorrect and that F1 must be compressive in nature. In this case. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Here, if you get F2 as negative, what it means is originally assumed sense which is compressive in nature is incorrect and therefore it must be tensile. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So depends on what you are choosing. If you show all the points, all the forces to be pressing at a point, pushing at a point, then you are treating compression as positive. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And if you show all the forces going away from the point, then you are treating tension as a positive. ये ध्यान में रखना. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now let us come back to this. Today I will complete this problem, then only we will stop. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I am going to draw now free. This was digress. So we are done with that. We have stated the statement of Lami's theorem. And now let us apply it to the problem. Happy? So this
Yes,
is
sir.
the free body diagram. This was the FBD of knot at C. FBD of knot at C. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
These three are the, is this FBD satisfies all the conditions required for application of Lami's theorem? Yes. It has only three forces. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Which are non-collinear, coplanar, concurrent. And I need not do anything further on this free body diagram because all the forces are pulling at the point. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So we have already achieved this. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So we are going to treat tension as positive. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And now let me apply Lami's theorem. So how do I apply Lami's theorem? TBC divided by sine of angle between TAC and 1200 Newton. This angle. Happy?
Yes, sir.
How much is that angle? Tell me. If this angle is 5 degree, तो ये angle कितना होने वाला है? 175 degree. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So TBC upon sine 175 is equal to this 1200 upon angle between the other two forces. That means I need to be worried about this angle.
Yes, sir.
And how much is that?
115.
How 115?
So the 20
25.
between.
No, no.
So the TBC is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, yes, you are absolutely right. I have to get this angle. So it is
Yes.
going to be 20 plus 5 plus 90.
115.
So 90 plus 25. So how much is that? 115.
115.
So sine of 115 degree. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
175 sine of 115 degree. And the third force is TAC. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And what is the angle that I should be worried about? This?
70.
Yes. So it is sine 70. Happy? किसी को
Yes,
इसमें
sir.
कुछ प्रॉब्लम है तो पूछो. When you are considering a force, बाकी दूसरे जो दो फोर्स है उसके बीच का एंगल which is not lying on the force side. So for example, if I am considering the angle 12, if I am considering the force 1200, I have to see for the angle between TAC and TBC, but not lying on the side of 1200. Other one. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Opposite angle. So if this is the case, now this middle quantity is known. If I exhaust first two equations, we will directly get the value of TBC. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So how much is TBC? Tell me. So it is
So
1200
115. 115.398.
398 Newton. And as it is positive, therefore it is tensile in nature. Happy?
Yes, sir.
क्या साइन कन्वेंशन था हमारा? टेंसाइल पॉजिटिव. Is it same as the earlier one? What we have got?
Yes, sir.
Where is it?
Um,
Yes, it is 115.40. Do you agree with me?
yes.
So 114.398. So it's correct. Means there is rounding off. That's all right. And if you apply these equations, what do you get TAC as? Tell me.
1244.203.
1244.203
203.
Newton. And as it is positive, therefore it is tensile. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This is the answer. And is it same as the earlier method? 1244.127. And here we have got it as 1244.20. That's all right. Happy?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Are you with me? So therefore, either of the methods can be used. You will see that Lami's method has an advantage. It is much easier than to write summation fx and summation fy. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So let us summarize. When can we use Lami's theorem? only and only when the free body diagram has only three non-collinear, coplanar, and concurrent forces. How do we apply Lami's theorem? Make the free body diagram translate in such a fashion that all the forces are either pulling or pushing at a point. What is Lami's theorem? Force F1 upon angle between F2 and F3 ka sine, but that angle should be not on the side of F1, is equal to force F2 upon angle between F1 and F3 not on the side of F2, uska sine, so on and so forth. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And what is the sign convention? If you have shown the free body diagram such that all the forces are pushing at a point, then compression is positive. If all the forces are pushing at a point, pulling at a point, then tension is positive. Accordingly, you will interpret positive and negative sides of the answer. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. अगर किसी को कुछ डाउट है तो पूछो. Otherwise, I am going to paste. No, not otherwise. Anyway, I am going to paste the link, response link, attendance link in chat box. Now what I'm going to do is I will stop recording. Let us stop for today.